The third Saadhan Chatustay is basically six in one. And the reason why there's six in one is because it has to do with mental control and discipline, which basically leads to meditation. Where Vivek gives you the discriminatory eye to see what's real and what's not real, this basically prepares you for everything else. So it gives you the strength to the soul. These particular items. So there's six of them. So it's Sam, Dham, Upramta, Tateeksha, Shruddha, and Samadhaan. Sam is the controlling of the mind. And how do we do that? To keep it calm, keep it serene, right? So Shanti, keep it peaceful. Now in Prabodhan the Natak, Shanti is a character that basically, once she comes, she doesn't let desire and anger come close. So I mean, think about it when you're angry, or when you're full of desire, right? There's
You're
no
not
peace.
shant anymore.
You're not Shanti. So Shanti basically gets rid of those ones. So once the Shanti comes, this basically comes to the next one, which is Dham, right? Dham now means to be able to control your senses. Dham it comes from the word Dhaman, which means to destroy, right? But what needs to be understood is that if you destroy the actual indri, like there's some people who basically have been, cutting off their reproductive organ in order to control their desires, but cutting off the reproductive organ doesn't mean that the desire will go away. Desire has many forms. Some people desire gold, some people desire other things. Desire is desire, whether it's sexual, whether it's non-sexual, right? So you got to be able to control the senses, and that's where Dham comes from. The overuse, the abusing of the senses is where misery comes from.
Okay.
This is a key thing, right? So you need your senses. You need to be able to see. You need to be able to hear. You need to be able to talk. You need to be able to reproduce sexually, right? Otherwise, what life won't go on.
Yes.
But when you abuse them, like this is what brings on misery, right?
Overindulgence.
Right. So you need to have the senses under control, right? I mean, when you have the Vivek, when you look at what pleasures really are, you will be basically not overindulging, right? That's the whole point. The third one is Upramta. Now this is detachment from the world, staying above the world, not indulging into the world's pleasures. Your main focus becomes Sravan Manan Nididyasan, which basically means you want to listen to the life-changing aspects. You want to accept them, Manan, and Nididyasan, which means you want to integrate them into your life.
Okay.
So this is where your focus is, and as opposed to learning things from the world. After Upramta, after that comes Tateeksha. Tateeksha, if you want to translate that into English, it becomes endurance. So you see hot and cold is the same.
Oh, okay.
Profit and loss is the same.
Okay.
Friend and foe is the same. Love and hatred is nothing for you. So it's to seeing everything is the same. It goes back to the whole staying in one state of mind, right? So yogis been practicing, like they'll sit in the mountains in the cold to test their. What they're basically doing is trying to tell themselves that the mind that the body is a fake, and when they kind of start to eliminate all the things that are not the Atma, they will eventually get to the Atma. Neti, 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 not this, not this, not this. This is the real me, right? Yes. So that's the whole point of Tateeksha. Now, next comes Shraddha. I think this is one of the most important ones because you need to have faith in your guru, and you need to have faith in what you're reading. Sarakutavli, there comes a passage where that says that if the student is wise, even if they know everything, they should still do one thing and sit with their guru and ask them questions. Ask them, who am I? Yes. What is Brahm? Yes. And what is this whole prapanch, this whole illusion of the world?
Yes.
What happens is when the Guru tells you something, it ingrains in your mind. I mean, I remember sitting with, Baba Indrajit Singh back in the 90s when we were at Scarborough. He told us that Dasam Guru Granth Sahib Ji is Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Bani. Sarablo Guru Granth Sahib Ji is Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Bani.
No ifs or buts.
No ifs or buts. We accepted it, and we've held on to that for the rest of our life.
Absolutely.
People can come with the most elaborate examples. We are just not going to believe
They're
it.
scientific examples.
Yeah. So we're just not going to believe it. When I was young, my Tayaji, you remember your parents are your guru too.
Absolutely.
My Tayaji told me the same thing, and I still hold on to all the beliefs that he used to have. They're in my mind. It doesn't matter. Anybody can present to me all these examples. I'm just not going to believe it.
Right.
You're talking about your mom telling you things about.
It's when we're growing up, your parents, they say certain things. They say, oh, don't ask anybody before they go out of the house. Kaam nahi banega. Or can't sneeze one time and go.
You gotta sneeze twice.
You gotta sneeze twice. And they're very bizarre things.
You may not believe it, but it's at the back of your mind.
I don't believe it. And I rebelled then too. But when I do it,
it's still in the back of your mind.
That thought comes.
Yeah.
Even though I don't want to believe it, it's there.
That's an example of Shraddha, but this is why Saadhan Chatustay says that you should sit with the Guru.
To them,
you were listening to them.
Yeah.
They are your Guru.
Yeah.
Your parents, right? When you sit with your Guru, when your Guru says something, it ingrains in your mind. This is why Saadhan Chatustay stresses that quite a bit.
Yeah.
So this is why Shraddha is very important, because the ifs and the buts and the doubts, they all go away. So this is one of the most important things, I think. And then what happens after that is the sixth one, which is Samadhaan. This is where you're going to connect your mind to the Atma, right? And this is what you call, Samadhi, right? Samadhaan, Samadhi, right? The meditation portion of it. Connecting to the Atma introduces you to who you really are. That is your real sense. That is your real form.
Yes.
Right? So everything else, like your senses, even the prans, the air going in and out of your body, everything else, your body is just basically, blood, bones, and flesh, right? And this is the not real you. I mean, you cut your hand off, you can't feel your hand anymore, right? So was it really you, right? So there's a whole process. That's a different thing. But the Samadhi is then what happens. It connects you to the Atma, and one realizes that they are the Brahm form. They are the Akal Purkh form themselves. There's nobody else but Akal Purkh. The only reason why we see ourselves as different is because the mind has understood that, we're here, we're not over there.
Yes.
It's like basically you take a room and you don't give it any windows or doors, so no light comes in. But where's the darkness come in? The darkness is basically the absence of light, right? And because the darkness covers the whole room, you now can't see the floor or the walls, right? And similarly, the Atma came into the body, and the Atma, the reflection of the Atma is what basically the mind is.
Okay.
And now that mind covered the Atma. Now you can't see the Atma.
Yeah, and then now you gotta clean your mind.
You gotta clean the mind to see the Atma, right?